Rosio landed in Argentina. Rosio is free at last from Marwa. Rosio says that she has transited by the grace of God. And the people who are behind his transition are the parents. Look at the words. Look at the body language. It's like when you have a dove caged and the dove is free with a new beginning. Even the clothes, look at the color that she made when she is at the balcony. When talking about the new beginning, it was white. What does white symbolizes? Transition, new beginnings. She has freedom. She's free from Marwa. Rocio, she's free, while Marwa is busy in the closet holding one leg up.
I don't drink. I'm just a human being expressing myself for my uncle. That's all. Look, how can I be drunk? Look, even I can hold like this. I can even do like that. Can a drunk man do that?
Look at the comparison. Rocio transition and Marwa actually miserable. Talking about finding a wife for Mr. Ugutu, the uncle. Look at Rocio. Look at Marwa's building grudges. Rocio is very intelligent woman. Transition means change, new beginnings, or actually new beginnings. Those are the words that she's using. For someone who is supposed to be married, we expect her to say, my husband Marwa.
I feel energized as well. I feel that also the company of my family over there was a good medicine, and also to help me in the whole transition as well. I felt that they were God sent, absolutely. So I do feel like there's a little bit of sadness inside of me, but at the same time I do feel hopeful very much. I'm just transitioning.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this fantastic YouTube channel that goes by the name Maxwell Lumumba Africa. Maxwell Lumumba is my name, a village content creator, born and raised in a village set up with no land, no jobs, no capital, but we have to survive in this YouTube street. For those who have not subscribed to this amazing YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video to other individuals. Let us turn on the notification bell so that any day, anytime we post any video, you people get updated. Watch these videos till the end without skipping any ads. Basically, this is an analysis YouTube channel where I'm analyzing any video that is posted in public domain that needs to be analyzed objectively. Having said that, I recently formed another YouTube channel where I'm posting videos about lifestyle, village logs, commentary videos. And the YouTube channel goes by the name Vibe with Lumumba. The same Lumumba, the spelling that is in this YouTube channel, the same Lumumba in that other channel. So far, I've posted around 4 videos. And I have a playlist. Let us support that YouTube channel. And let me take these chance just to congratulate the star supporters and every individual who is supporting me directly through let's say subscribing, watching my videos, and all those things. I don't take this for granted. I have to really recognize you, and I'm very much appreciating. That being that, let us dive to today's topic. Let us slow down. Let us slow this down. Let us analyze words, body language, symbols, and behavior pattern, because truth hides there. And let me start by saying this. Today's video, not even today, the way I say that this compound, there is a school in this compound, just pardon me, because there is no any other place I can do these videos So sometimes we can be having noises, and just take that lightly, because there is a school here. You can hear some teachers, maybe some students. Sometimes you'll be hearing some noise, but I'm very apologetic about that. That is how the situation is. No serenic environment, no cool environment. Even today, I'll be showing us the way I've enclosed the chicken so that they don't jump upside down, because actually I added some new chicken. So I'll be showing us at the end of the video so that we can appreciate. And actually, like now, I've just enclosed them and they're there. Actually, they're there. I'm feeding them and giving them water from an enclosure system. So let me say this. Rosio says that she has transitioned by the grace of God. Those words are not random. Those are deliberate. They are loaded. So when someone says transition, they're not talking about continuation. They're talking about movement from one state to another. They are talking about leaving something behind. Look at her body language. Look at her tone. Look at her energy. This is not energy of a woman handling visa issues, the way actually Marwa is trying to phrase it. When she was leaving, Marwa said that Rosio had some issues when it comes to visas, I don't know, passport, a lot of those. So this is not a woman who behaves that she's handling that issue. This is not the energy of a woman temporarily away from her husband. This is an energy of release. And for those people who know about the energy of release, you know what I'm meaning. It is like when you have, let me just use the dove, because even in my introduction I use the dove in a cage. And suddenly the cage opens. The dove does not explain. The dove does not argue. The dove flies away. This is what we are really witnessing. Let me look at another thing. Let us look at the color. When Rosio is speaking about the new beginnings, she's dressed in white, standing on a balcony. White is not accidental. White symbolizes transition, cleansing, closure, new beginning, and spiritual reset. In psychology and symbolism, white is often used when a person is closing a chapter and starting a new chapter. If you're married, happily married, not about, we have even some random marriages. When I'm talking about married, I'm talking about happily married. You do not speak like this. Since Rocio went, she has not even talked about Marwa. So in my expectation, I was expecting that for somebody like Rocio, that Marwa is claiming that they're in good terms and everything. You do not say new beginnings without referring to your partner. You do not say transitioned without context. And notice something very important. She does not say this way: my husband, Marwa, and I. She does not say we are moving into a new chapter together. She says energy, transition, new beginnings. Those are individualistic words. Let me tell some people that language never lies. Language exposes the subconscious. For someone who is supposedly married, we expect ownership language like my husband, we, our future. But Rosio speaks in singular spiritual language. That tells you everything. This ending in her video is final. It is not confusion. It is not uncertainty. It is a closure. Let me say something about Marwa investment without return. Because now let us talk about Marwa. I was almost heartbroken for him when I just saw this video about Rosio. Why? Because Marwa has invested emotionally, financially, and psychologically. Even when you see those horses there, that was an investment that he believes that when Rosio will remain in the village, at the villa, and when he'll be traveling, Rosio will be taking care of those horses. Only to now see that Rosio, she's gone. And we don't know if Rosio, she's going to come back. And I said it here. I did a video about that Rosio has gone. Maybe she has gone and never to come back. But there are some reasons why Rosio will be back. And even I saw some cult members and some minions coming to my YouTube channel talking that how do you we call it prophetize, you prophetize all these things. These are things, sometimes we are trying to open some people some. We have to put some vernacular to you so that you can use that lens to see things clearly. And that is why we do this analysis video. So, I was almost as broken the way I was said. Why? Because Marwa actually invested a lot to Rosio. And Rosio has played her game very well. Let us not rewrite the history. When Rosio left the villa and went to Nairobi, that was not random. That was a rehearsal, a test run. She left, she came back, and when she returned, what happened? Marwa brought in refrigerators, comfort, and stability. That was the reward phase. That is classic psychological distancing. You leave, you observe the reaction, you return briefly, you extract resources, then what has she done? Then she has left permanently. This was not impulsive. This was calculated. And the way I said, you have seen Rosio thanking the parents. Actually, what has happened to Rosio happened with a reason. I don't know what this color. Yellow. Yes. Sawa nakuja. Yes. Sawa. Yeah, sorry for that call. So I was saying this, yeah. Even I've forgotten what I was talking about. I was saying that let us leave that aside. I can't even remember what I was talking about. Let us now look at Marwa's current state. The Mad King Syndrome. Now look at Marwa today. He's lost. He's confused. He's isolated. He resembles what psychology calls the Mad King Syndrome. A ruler who has power but no allies, has property but no peace, has visibility but no loyalty. He has burned bridges, he has isolated friends, he has created enemies where there were none. What does he have left? Horses. And ironically, those horses have become his prison because he cannot travel, he cannot live, and someone must care for the horses. So he's trapped in the village physically and psychologically. Imagine him spending all those millions of shillings buying horses for Rosio. Then Rosio, she's left. She has actually left. That is an investment without return. You know, here we are not talking about cattle. We are not talking about goats. We are not talking about chicken. We are talking about horses. A multi-million project. Let me say this, because let me talk about projection. How misery actually looking for company. Let us observe Marwa's behavior. He's projecting. Psychology 101. When a person cannot confront their own pain, they project into others. He projects into, I'm talking about recent, Nico Buddha, Mayugno. Everyone becomes the enemy. Remember the wall incident? When there was heavy rain in the village, at the villa, wall collapsed. He was obsessed with one thing. Remember, by then he was traveling around Africa. Who filmed this? By then, Mogesi did a video and Mogesi uploaded that video. Marwa was very mad. He believed that someone was exposing him. That paranoia is important. He called Mayugno, and Mayugno, as a true friend, came, fixed the wall, helped quietly. Nico Buddha helped too. Those bridges existed. Now, there is no one to call. You know, now the villa is now being surrounded by, okay, you know, Mayugno is near the village. We have Gitiriba. We have Ankomo. But let me say this. Gitiriba will never last forever. As soon as Gitiriba will start rising, that will be the end of Gitiriba and Marwa. So that's why I'm saying that those bridges existed. And let me just do this. Let me talk something about the comment section never lies. Let us talk data. A popular YouTuber once said, if more than 20% of comment section is negative, you are doing something wrong. In the last video of Marwa, when I checked, there were around 500 comments. Marwa's comment section is well above 20% negative. Words people are using are childish, petty, jealousy, scammer, and bitter. When strangers consistently, independently arrive at the same conclusion, it is not coincidence. It is a pattern recognition. People are not reaching to lies. They are reacting to energy, and energy does not lie. I don't know what guts Marwa had to call Farmer Isa about Nico Buddha, about the money issue. I'll be handling this story in my next video. I believe that I'll be doing 2 videos today, and I'll be handling that issue in my next video. Because you've already seen that money was sent. Farmer Isa does not want to give the money, does not want to obey the donor's command. He wants to do his own things. He's now telling us that let the donor call him. That is madness. That is stupidity. That is why even Nico Buddha called you a scammer. And I can't apologize on behalf of Nico Buddha that you are even threatening Nico Buddha about the same situation. Let me tell Farmer Isa what you think you will be doing against Nico Buddha, because he is a Tanzanian. Let me tell you, we have what we call the East African community, where everybody, those countries that belong to the East African community, they can work freely and they can even do some jobs within the actually designated the East African community by itself. And let me tell you that the law of Kenya says it very clearly. You know, this law, when it was being made, the law caters even for non-citizens. Nico Buddha can take you to jail because you are trying to take money from him that is meant for him. Leave alone those stories that you're telling us you registered the line. Because you have now, because Marwa is not in good terms with Nico Buddha, Marwa has used you, and in my last video I have evidence about that. Marwa has now used you to bring down Nico Buddha, and my evidence is there. You are being even given some petty posts that you want to form, I don't know what, that you become the chairman, Marwa become, I don't know, the patron, then you, I don't know, somebody, I don't know who become the, I don't know, treasurer or secretary. Let me tell you that in YouTube street we don't have those posts. Those are just posts from the sky that has no values, that it is being used. Yeah, jobs come and go. You'll be used. We have seen people have been used and they have left. Leaving that aside, because that was not the topic of discussion today. Let me say this. Rosio speaks on transition, use white symbolism, radiates calm, looks forward. And Marwa speaks of grudges, talks about finding wives for uncles, and projects anger, looks backward. One is ascending and the other is collapsing. Let me say that misery loves company, but when company refuses to stay, misery becomes louder, bitter, and destructive. This is not about hate. This is about observation, and observation tells us one thing. Rosio, she's free, and Marwa is alone with the consequences of his own making. Having said this, let me just go take you to the chicken so that you can really appreciate what is really happening. I was just doing this live from this small car house. Yeah, judge, don't judge. This is where I stay. Even these curtains look shabagara bagara. This is what I use for lighting. We just borrow these. This is what actually I'm using for lighting during the night. Like now, it is charging from the sun because there is a solar up here. Then recently we had done some we call it it is called actually some what we call when electrician came and do some actually putting some wiring. Yeah, we did some wiring and it is doing well. Even we have a solar. This is a solar cable so that for lighting system. This is our kitchen. Yeah, the messy kitchen, it looks this way and everything looks that way. I don't want to show some kids in my camera. I believe that they have gone. Yeah, I told us that there is a school here. Yeah, there is a school here. Let me just show you some animals here. Those are students. Yeah, we have some okay, the way I was saying that I've caged this chicken from this point. Actually, the number of chicken have really increased. I have like 14 chicken right now. I added some other new chicken, and this is how everything is happening. There is a lot of noise here and everything we have to accept. Yeah, so that's why I've winded the video very abruptly because of the noise. I don't want the noise to interfere with everything. Yeah, so these are the chicken. This is how things are really happening here. Yeah, they look very healthy, very strong. Yeah, I've mixed both chicken, the bigger ones and the smaller ones, because they live here with a lot of peace, a lot of harmony. Even others, you can see they're up, they have just powder. They have stepped on that. Yeah, they will be laying some eggs from a section there. That is where I've made them so that if they want to lay some eggs, they'll be laying some eggs from that point. Yeah, you see, like this one, they are now surprised because they have not been used to this type of environment. This is their first time sleeping here, and because of the students here, the noise, the running up and down, I saw it very good that let me just enclose them in an enclosure system so that at least no disturbance. And you know, the gate is too small, and sometimes these children left it open, so that tells us that when they left it open, I just made some doors yesterday night so that I bring them here, and I had to close even the upper side with some abati there up. I had to close it there, so as there is a predator that was eating actually predating against the chicken, so I had to close everywhere so that it cannot come and eat the chicken. Then the rabbits are here. These are the rabbits. I don't know, these kids are just following me. Even like I'm not at peace. Yeah, I'm not at peace. They're everywhere. Yeah, these just some store. These the chicken, the kitchen. These are out kitchen. Yeah, sometimes we cook from here, sometimes we don't cook, especially when we are boiling water to take shower. We do it from this point. But after nini dog, you see a lot of children. Yeah, I was telling us that now I'm not at peace, and all over running up and down. I'm not at peace, but this is what we call survival. We have to survive in the same ecosystem with a different individuals. So that being that, let me appreciate everything that is happening. Let me take this chance and appreciate everything. That's enough for today. Let us meet in the next video. Goodbye.